Hello there. Thank you for joining us. You're watching News Across Nigeria. I'm Olumide Macaulay on today's edition. Sadness, outrage at Rivers killings. And communities, displaced persons in Agatu scramble for food supply. The Anambra State verification exercise underway. We begin in the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja, where a former Chief of Defense Staff, Air Chief Marshal Alex Bade, has pleaded not guilty to an 11-count charge of money laundering before a federal high court in Abuja. Anti-graft agency, the EFCC, at today's proceeding asked the court to remand him in prison custody. The former Chief of Defense Staff's counsel, however, drew the attention of the court to a motion for bail filed by his client on the 2nd of March 2016. The presiding judge, Justice Abang, however, held that the motion is not competent as the court can only exercise jurisdiction over an accused person when he is arraigned. Justice Abang thereafter struck out the application for lack of merit. In the meantime, the Director of Public Prosecution has told the court that he will not be able to commence with trial. The trial judge, Justice Obong Abang, then adjourned to the 19th of March to hear the bail application while remanding the former Chief of Defense Staff to Kuje prisons. And now to the South and Rivers State and the very tragic and brutal killing of 3 people just a few weeks after gunmen reportedly killed 24 persons and beheaded some of their victims. The people of Omoku community are again in a state of mourning. This time, gunmen attacked and gruesomely murdered one Franklin Obi, who until his death was the APC chairman of Ward 4 in Onega. He was shot alongside his wife and son. The Commissioner of Police in the state, who visited the scene, told Channels Television that it was one murder too many, saying that the force will re-strategize to ensure security for the people. Our correspondent Emmanuel Ereye reports.
Wailing women in pains as the Commissioner of Police and his team arrived at home of a bereaved family in Onelga in River State. Some are still in a state of shock and disbelief. The CP says it's one case of heartless killing too many in the community.
Unfortunately, violence has continued to pervade, dovetailing into kidnappings and murders. Last night, precisely 21:00 hours, one Mr. Franklin Obi, APC chairman, Ward 4, Omoku, the wife, were gruesomely murdered in their house. This is bad, this is sad, this is sin, and totally not acceptable.
This is Umeke family compound in Omoku in Onelga in River State. The mood here is that of sorrow and pain. The people are still at loss as to what would have led to the gruesome murder of their son, Franklin Obi.
He is not involved in anything courtesan, nor any mafia group that will even shed blood in one way or the other, as to say that he's now going to pay his own price.
I know no say them don't kill him. I reach here, I can't see everybody full everywhere. They said them don't kill my brother, my junior brother, with his wife, with his son.
The team then moves to the crime scene. Telltale signs of a deadly attack. 15-year-old Victory is lucky to have survived. She tries to recount her experience.
I was inside sleeping when I heard my mom's voice. She was shouting and crying. When I woke up, I saw my siblings. They were hiding at the back of our door. I then joined them. Later, when I opened the curtain of our room, I saw those men beheading my father. Then later, they went inside my mom's room and shot her.
The CP takes the matter to the Oba of Ogbaland to seek more community support to fight crime and criminality in the area. As family and friends of late Franklin Obi continue to mourn the loss of their son, his wife and son, the people can only hope in the assurances of the police that more will be done to protect their lives and property. Emmanuel Irei, Channels Television News.
Ex-Niger Delta militants have called for the extension of the amnesty program. Now at a press conference in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, the ex-militants under the group Leadership, Peace and Cultural Initiative also condemned pipeline vandalism, which they say portrays the region in bad light. The ex-Niger Delta militants, under the auspices of Leadership, Peace and Cultural Development Initiative, LPCD, place support for the new amnesty chairman, retired Brigadier Paul Boro. In a press conference held in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, the leaders of the ex-militants representing the 9 Niger Delta states call for a total support of the amnesty program under the new leadership and ask for extension of the program to allow ex-militants who are undergoing various training abroad to complete their courses.
The entire leaders under the Leadership, Peace and Cultural Development Initiative, LPCDI, with the 9 coordinators representing leaders from the 9 Niger Delta states, are strongly in support of him. This is because in just a little time, he has piloted the affairs of the program without fear or favor. And we believe that given the right atmosphere and time, he will direct the program to the benefit of all and for the achievement of the Niger Delta and development of the last peace in the Niger Delta region.
The ex-militants also condemn pipeline vandalism across the Niger Delta. This support is an affirmation of the ex-militants to the present administration to curb criminality in the Niger Delta region.
We wish to use this medium to condemn the pipeline bumpings in Delta and Bayelsa State. We advise all concerned to stop such dastardly acts, as it will only bring the region back to the dark days and ultimately hinder any form of development in the area. We encourage them to embrace peace, as it is the most important ingredient for sustainable development.
Pipeline vandalism has been a recurring issue in the region, and the ex-militants and their cohorts are being accused. Recently, Nigeria has lost millions of dollars due to pipeline vandalism, and power supply has been disrupted due to low gas supply through the vandalized pipelines. Now, more help is coming the way of victims of the Agatu crisis as churches and individuals, politicians as well, join the list of people bringing food and other supplies to the internally displaced people. Attacks by herdsmen on Agatu, a border community between Nasarawa and Benue State, has left hundreds homeless, with a huge demand on supplies, leading to frequent shortages. A retired permanent secretary in Benue State, commissioners and the Otupo Diocese of the Catholic Church are the latest to visit the internally displaced persons camp with donations of cash and kind.
A little over a week ago, the Benue State government supplied foodstuff to the IDP camp in Apa local government area, but it looks like the supply has run out. Now, aid has come the way of the internally displaced persons. Some concerned citizens and the Catholic Church have brought foodstuff and cash respectively for the people.
To his Lordship, the Bishop of Omoku Diocese.
We would be expecting that we can work hard to influence the government to ensure that the government puts other arrangements on ground to ensure that we have lasting solutions where we can live in peace with one another as a nation.
Food and medical supply is not the only challenge here. The IDPs are also worried about security in the camp.
Management of the camps have been a bit faulty. Faulty in the sense that there ought to be some basic provisions at the camps, like health facilities that will take care of health challenges of the IDPs, like security facilities, because this is a camp where we have so many people put together. One wouldn't know who is bad and who is good. And some hoodlums can even take advantage of a situation like this to cause crisis.
An assurance comes from the state government.
I saw my villagers moving out of their homes in droves. I do not have that intelligence, apart from what I've seen today. But going back now to Makodi, this is something that I want to go and relate to those that have the responsibility for providing security for the state. And I hope that this is something that they will also look into critically and see how they can provide solutions to.
As hostilities ease in Agatu, sustaining the peace will depend largely on how much the warring factions respect the terms of agreement.
You're watching News Across Nigeria, where we keep you up to speed with what's happening across the 36 states of the Nigerian Federation. Stay with us. Coming up, Anambra State begins its verification exercise for civil servants.